Urgent. Steelers fan. Look at what just happened. Nobody saw this coming, huh? But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we bring you daily videos with the latest your team news. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Steelers QB target dines with Mike Tomlin. The Pittsburgh Steelers, with 5 weeks until the 2025 NFL Draft, are still without a starting quarterback. As the draft approaches, it seems increasingly likely that the Steelers could take a quarterback with one of their early picks. That could feasibly be Colorado quarterback Shedeur Sanders, should his stock continue to fall. It may be Mississippi gunslinger Jackson Dart, too. But the quarterback that Pittsburgh has expressed significant interest in is Alabama dual threat Jalen Milroe. According to Tom Pelissero, head coach Mike Tomlin was among the brain trust who dined with Milroe ahead of his Wednesday pro day. Former Alabama QB Jalen Milroe had dinner tonight in Tuscaloosa with Steelers coach Mike Tomlin, GM Omar Khan, and QB's coach Tom Arth ahead of his pro day, per source, Pelissero posted. Pittsburgh, which continues to explore all options at the QB position, owns the nose. 21 pick in April's draft. If the Steelers are in on Milroe's mobility, his 40-yard dash might have sustained that momentum. He ran an unofficial 37-second 40-yard dash, although other reports have been a little less bullish, reporting times around 40 seconds. Milroe has his warts, as do most prospects, especially ones projected to be available at number 21. He has enough arm talent to play at the next level, and his athletic profile is legitimately special, enough to instantly make him one of the 5 most dynamic runners at the quarterback position. Unlike Jaden Daniels or Lamar Jackson before him, there's a lot of work to be done within structure. His accuracy is worryingly inconsistent, his processing is behind the curve, and he struggles to remain posed under pressure and when flushed. Out of the pocket, opting to run far more than throwing on the move. With his blend of arm strength and athleticism, he'll have answers to the test that he wouldn't have with lesser tools. That lends itself to early success, but it's clear whoever drafts him will need a strong coaching performance to turn him from easy-button dynamo to a full-fledged star. Milroe remains more likely to go on day 2 than in round 1, but it only takes one team to fall in love. If anyone is going to, it could very well be the Steelers, who have both the need and the offensive talent to be optimistic about his development. Pausing this news, just to say that if you want YouTube to keep recommending the latest, the black and gold news to you, it's very important that you leave a like on this video. Thanks. Now let's get back to the news. A Kirk Cousins trade suddenly. Looks like a realistic option for Steelers, you don't say? For a while now, the Pittsburgh Steelers have been awaiting a decision on quarterback Aaron Rodgers. He is the final domino needing to fall in order for the remaining quarterback questions and answers to truly come into focus. But with so many rumors and whispers, it's gotten hard to figure out what's true and what's fluff. The talk of Rodgers and the Minnesota Vikings had seemed real, and at the same time, some reporters have shot down the idea completely. We've even seen rumors that if Rodgers doesn't get a deal done in Minnesota, that he might just call it a career, leaving the Steelers having to turn the page completely. A new report, though, now suggests Pittsburgh could have a real, viable option if not Rodgers. No, it's not Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston, it's not even via the 2025 NFL Draft. It's Kirk Cousins. NFL insider Josina Anderson reported overnight that there are 2 notable quarterback names who have garnered trade discussions, with one of them being Cousins. The Steelers likely have their price if they wanted to make a Kirk Cousins trade. Atlanta has been getting calls, she wrote. I heard talk of a 3rd-round pick being potentially actionable. So there it is. If the Steelers cannot get their hands on Rodgers and want to pivot from going back to Russell Wilson, then Cousins is an option. But is he really worth a 3rd-round pick? That contract is... yikes. Cousins' cap hit each of the next 3 years is abysmal. Now, before we get too anxious about the cap hits and totally freak out, let's look at his contract per over the cap. Guaranteed money cap hit dead cap savings if cut pre-June 12,02527. 5 million, 40 million, 35 million, 22.6, 1 million, 40 million, 22, 5 million, 22.7057. 5 million, 45 million on one hand. If Cousins didn't work out in 2025, the Steelers could cut ties and save a good chunk of money in the following 2 years. But It also means Pittsburgh probably would have given up a third-round pick for a wasted attempt to figure out their quarterback position. Now, as they say, winning cures all. If Cousins panned out and gave Pittsburgh a legitimate shot at winning a Super Bowl, then the draft capital and money wouldn't be a big deal. It will all have been worth it. Again, that's a big if. This is a delicate situation, but the Falcons have tried to dig their heels in and remain as patient as possible while the quarterback carousel comes to a halt, as long as it's taking. Could Cousins become a Steeler? Well, find out in the coming days. 2025 NFL Draft Scouting Report, Montana State OL Marcus Ware. From now until the 2025 NFL Draft, we hope to scout and create profiles for as many prospects as possible, examining their strengths, weaknesses, and what they can bring to an NFL franchise. These players could be potential top 10 picks, day 3 selections, or priority undrafted free agents. Today, a scouting report on Montana State OL Marcus Ware. Number A76, Marcus Ware, Montana State, 6'25", 298 pounds, our senior East-West Shrine Bowl participant. Measurements, our latest videos, the good active hands to work inside the pads and fend off linemen's punches. Play strength to move defenders off the line, especially impressive when you factor in his poor pad level, his first step and timing. Off the snap are good and allow him to make up for his overall lack of athletic ability. Good leg drive when engaged in blocks to displace defenders. Solid anchor against power moves in pass protection. Versatile with tackle and guard experience. Excels in short areas and winning in a phone booth, competitively tough, always gives full effort. Solid latch strength makes it difficult for defenders to break away from his blocks. The bad undersized frame won't work at tackle in the NFL. Consistently. Plays with high pad level, not a natural knee bender, gives up his height leverage advantage with pad level, below average athleticism and lateral agility, stiff hips that struggle to convert additional power, has trouble keeping up with defenders. Who crosses face center of gravity issues, too many reps end on the turf BIO. Originally an unrated prospect out of Billings, Mont. Joined Montana State as a defensive lineman, working his first 2 years at DE before switching to OL for his last 3 seasons. Spent 6 years at Montana State but lost the 2020 season to COVID-19, season-ending shoulder surgery right before. 2021 season, undisclosed season-ending injury in Week 7 of 2022 season Montana. State coach describes him as quiet, with pent-up aggression and one of the smartest players he's been around. First-team FCS All-American in 2023 and 2024 at tackle and guard respectively, played in FCS Big Sky Conference, all-conference in shot put in high school. Grew up on a farm, attributes his work ethic to the tough work in the field where will need to play guard or even center at the next level, and Big Sky. Tape isn't the easiest to find, hence all of these clips will be focused on his 2024 play at right guard. As mentioned above, his pad level consistently runs high, but he still has the effort and the upper body strength to be able to drive defenders out of holes. He keeps his legs driving, and his first step off the line of scrimmage usually wins him the initial contact. Although Ware's overall athletic ability is lacking, he does a pretty nice job fitting into blocks at the second level. He seems to have a natural feel for the angles to take and how to engage with smaller, quicker players once he gets there. His latch strength helps him keep defenders in the phone booth where he has the best chance of winning. His use of hands and grip are critical to his success. Ware does a good job overall of hand fighting and timing his punches. This helps him anchor against power moves, though that will be put to the test at the next level when defensive linemen have 50-plus pounds on him. Overall, Ware is a high-effort, farm-strong offensive lineman who has plenty of experience and football IQ. Most of his college experience was at tackle, but his guard tape in 2024 wasn't too bad for his first year at the position. He may need to learn center to have additional versatility to be worth a roster spot early on in his career. His athletic ability and his overall size will hold him back, but there's enough there to be worth a later-round pick or a priority free agent signing. He has similar traits to Drake Nugent, who ended up going undrafted out of Michigan last year. And now, Steelers fan, I want to hear from you. What's your opinion on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I don't know if you know this, but your opinion matters a lot for the Black and Gold. I'll be back any moment with more Steeler Nation news. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.